Hello, hello, guys. Happy Sunday. Good evening here from Las Vegas, Nevada, or good afternoon, good morning, anywhere else. Welcome to another episode of Beyond the Hustle, the Growth Series. My name is Coach Jonathan Francis here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I've been doing this since 2022. And today is going to be day 7 out of 30. So I started doing this go live series to find those people who actually want to start a real global business. But okay, the topic for today is what day 7. The topic for today was is what my first year online really looked like. Oh my goodness. Guys, I remember back in the day when I started, it was a mess. I can't really do go live. I was stuttering. I had a lot of filler words, a lot of scattered thoughts, if you can say. But I got better. Like any other things, you will get better. So social media, guys, shows us the result. Okay. But it rarely shows the awkward beginning, the fumbling, the how many times you have to press the go live and then delete and then restart over. Never show that. Um, learning, when I started here, when I started this business back in 2022, I coming from the medical field, I didn't know anything about social media marketing. I didn't know anything about digital business. I didn't know that many social media platform have a back office to do business. I didn't know anything about that. So what my mentor was teaching me at that time, keep posting. Keep posting, even though there's no engagement. Even though no one's liking it, keep posting because someone can actually relate, right? Um, but I was wondering whether anyone was paying attention. I was wondering, am I doing the right thing? Is my posting, even though they're really good in my point of view, are they really relatable to the same nurses and professionals? So I made a lot of mistakes, put it that way. But the great thing about it, our system has a lot of support that you can learn from. So what I did, I started following a lot of business owners. I started to study, not copying, but study what they're doing, what they're posting, how they interact with people. I started putting those together and making my own. And I remember too, like when someone inquire, I had a script, right? So I just tell them, okay, it's based on script. I mean, it's good to at least you have something, but you have to know what you're talking about, right? So what I did, probably in before the end of my first year, I started to have a conversation instead of a script, right? So I started to actually dig in to their pain points. I started to talk to them like human, not like AI. So yeah, and then making sure that I follow up with them, and that was effective. That was effective, and a lot of engagement followed those conversation, and that's how I learned how to actually communicate instead of pitching my business to everyone. And talking about doing go live, I think I mentioned this many times on my go lives. I remember my very first go live. I drop off my car, walk about 4 blocks to go home. It's not that far. And along the way in the path, I started planning my go live. And then I have my phone. I was like shaking, and then I couldn't, for some reason, I couldn't press the record go live button. And yeah, I was that was horrible. That was really bad. And I couldn't look at the camera. I couldn't, I couldn't do anything that a professional would, right? So, but I did it. That's the important thing. Even though my voice was shaking, even though my hands were shaking, I did it anyway. Because like what I said, my dream of becoming successful is bigger than my fear, right? So I got comfortable along the way after probably before the end of the year, my first year. I got comfortable in talking to the camera, and then I started doing my interviews. I started doing my Go Live series, and then along the way, I found my own voice because I figure out it's important for you to create your own identity, to create your own voice, and and I did, and it's like I want to be my own, and I want to create my own voice and not just an imitation of um, of some other business owners, right? Some other celebrities, and say hi to my dad, and what other things what other things I did in my first year. I was consistent. I I have been consistent when it comes to posting, when it comes to doing go lives, and I post 2 days until now, 2 times, not 2 days. 2 times a day, and then I do go live once a day, and yeah, I mean, before it was like a task, but as you go along with your business, you will be looking for it. My body starts looking to my post and my go lives, and yeah, it's a learning path, and you will learn patience when it comes to your advertisement. My very first year, I still have my very first video that I make. It was 1 out of 10. It was like zero. No, just maybe one. I give myself a little bit credit, but it was really slow. The message was there, but it wasn't natural. It was more of like a scripted ad. So it was horrible. But the great thing about it, when I did it, I reviewed it. I reviewed it with my coach. It was horrible. She gave me a horrible review. Instead of course, you put your effort, so you expect praise, right? No, 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 no. My coach critiqued that badly. So instead, yeah, I mean, maybe the first 2 days I was like down. But the thing is, okay, I'm gonna take this as a constructive criticism, and yeah, I redid my ad, and after that, I learned the cues. I learned the important things about creating an ad, and that was actually fun. And along the way, guys, I discovered what kind of leader I am. I discovered what kind of leader I wanted to become. I wanted a lot of support, but instead of in my first year, I connected with a lot of business owners along the way, and we created our own our accountability group. That was my first year, so I was busy with with this business. Yeah, I created my accountability group. We were probably close to 30, and we started helping each other. We started sharing ideas. We started everything, and that was my very first taste of how it feels to be a coach. And I'm grateful that I am. After my third year in the business, I became a coach, a certified, official certified coach. And I've been helping a lot of people since then start their own business. And one thing I realized, guys, that all these small things, consistency, resiliency, compound, you know, because a lot of this is what I noticed too. A lot of people, they only look at the end game. They only look at the end result. They only look at what am I going to do? I just want to complain. I just want to do minimal things, but I want big result. It does not work like that, guys. Every single things that you do, every small things that you do compound into the big result that you want. So I learned that. I realized consistency compounds too, And my very first year was a lot of struggles. Just to be clear, just to give you clarity, like any other business, traditional, online, whatever. When you start a business, you will struggle the first year, plain and simple. But I didn't quit. I didn't. I didn't. Instead of moping, instead of being sad that nothing's going on with my business, I started to study. I started to get familiarized with the platform that we have in our community. I started to study what works, what not. I started to study my advertisement, what does not work, and what is so common already. This is my thing, guys. When it comes to advertisement, my style is me. I pick up my style from different marketers, and the style of, I mean, it's good. It's good that you say your background. I do the same thing, But the thing is, you start with the issue, start with the problem that people are having, focus on the people that you want to help, and create a solution, an immediate solution. And it's good that you tell them about your background, your story. But the thing is, people nowadays, they don't click on your story. They do not care what's your name. They do not care where you're from. They only care about the solution that you have. So I started to um, mold all my branding and all of that to that point. That is the reason why I'm still here. That's the reason why a lot of people are still connected with me. I'm grateful for that, and I'm grateful that a lot I've been helping a lot of people, especially those people locally in Las Vegas. Oh, shout out to Kuya Kerr. And he realized he's a professional. He's a engineer, and he realized that earning a lot for both of them will give you a lot of tax. You will be paying the government a lot. So he realized having a business, a legit one. Excuse me, guys. He realized that a legit business can offset their tax that they're paying every year. So I'm here for you, Kuyaker, and hopefully you proceed so we can get this journey together. And this is how my business has been running, guys. From my first year, where everything was like ups and down, everything was the learning. A new business owner, a new anything, you have to go through the learning phase, and that's what my first year really looked like. So just to leave you guys a simple a statement: don't compare yourself to don't compare your day 10. Something different now. Don't compare yourself. See, I can't speak. Don't compare your day 10 to someone else's year 4. Mm, right? Because we don't know what they went through to get to that stage. We do not know what they gave up, what ups and downs they went through. Focus on our journey. I know it's cliche, but it's real. Focus on our journey, and eventually we will get there in a matter of time. All right, guys. Thank you. Good evening in the West Coast, and I will be back for day 8 tomorrow. Thank you guys for supporting this show. Thank you guys for supporting me. And if you guys are interested, really, this let's take this opportunity seriously. It's time to take action. All right, guys. Thank you, and God bless.